fact, there will be sickness themselves. Because there's no how. Imagine it yourselves. So it is not every sickness they are born to exhibit, depending on the agreement of this same child in the womb. So you see that most times children, like they say that so many children come out without AIDS. Yes, of course, because they are not the parents. The parents have chosen their own word. Children choose their own word. But when they expect to live the type of life their parents lived, if their parents had more of malaria in life or more of typhoid, and they agreed to exhibit the lifestyle of their parents, you will see the same child having the same thing their parents had. But this thing begins more when this child starts experiencing things from the environment. But imagine a child of 1 to 2 years. Have you seen them having headache or complaining of ulcer? Is it people try to believe that when you touch a child and the body runs hot, the next thing is that you believe that the child is sick? No. The day, there is no how the day cannot go through without the system not being hot. The system must be hot. That means we are alive. You understand? So when I mean children, I mean that their immunity is still very clean. Because when your immunity is clean, you can never fall sick. So we have been trying to, kill generations by bringing out sick children, because the sperm we use in bringing them are already filled up of different sicknesses. So until the world stops indulging in sin, shall we stop producing sick generations. So the sick generation are the people producing more sick generations, because what we carry is what we input into the children. And the second thing you asked about was cold. What do you mean by cold? Energy. You see, what I mean by cold is this. It's not the normal cold, maybe flu or this. No. What I mean is this, that sin, is cold to man. Sin is the coldest killer, virus. So anytime it comes to man, what it does to our energy is to reduce it. Energy, what I mean by energy is the good character. Energy comes from the good character you build. Just like when a child passes 6th exam, the wailings of the parents, gives him, excitement to do well. So the energy we derive from when we do good things, will keep you living forever, happily forever. So energy that I mean is this. The sin you commit, it's just like you are using a car and they told you that after 2 months or so, you change the oil to a new one. Rather than changing it to a new one, you went to use another oil you used 8 months ago in this same car. How do you think these things will function? Man has been told to avoid certain things like adultery, homosexualism, lies, gossip, jealousy, hatred. If you bring this thing as part of life, your energy is down, because the giver of life, when he notices that there is so much sin in you, he removes his own energy from you and leaves you to only yourself. And when you try to live on that, you cannot, because you will not have the same energy to live under his sunlight. Except you are clean, you have good character, that is when He can never allow your energy to drop more than 7 zillion. So it is the good character you exhibit every day, the things you do under the sun, that powers your, that gives you this energy I'm talking about. So the character of man is his energy. You see, if it is bad character, the energy drops to sickness. And if you don't have the energy to live under the sun, I wonder what else you will have. Every day you'll be complaining of different sickness. So, to the layman, like you all said, who is the layman? Those that doesn't want to ask questions. Because English is not supposed to, I'm not supposed to be using English for my black people here. But for the fact that we have accepted English now, we have to, you see, it will be translated into so many languages for you all to understand. Because I know that when I use energy, words like that, you try to think it's car energy or no. You see, the spiritual energy comes from the character we exhibit. So, Father told us to make it a 1-4-4 formation. 1-4-4 means keeping it in one good forever. One good ever. Make it a good outing every morning. Make it a good outing every afternoon. Make it a good afternoon act in the night. So you now score 4-4-4, meaning 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and 4 in the night. You have made up the 1-4-4 formation. So there is the mathematics Heavenly Father used in teaching us on how to, raise our energy. And how do you raise your energy? By showing Him that you're a good son. That you know how to live under His light. He is watching us every second. He is the one living in the sun. There is no scientist or there is no religious person that has ever seen the sun. But I am here on earth to prove to you all how the man in the sun visited me and showed me how to help you people. This same man, he promised that earth shall see good from 21st century. Imagine the presidents, our brothers, living in a very fine environment with the children, and some people are living at Kuramo beach in Lagos under what? I mean, how can it be balanced? Some people are eating, some are not eating. This system cannot work. So until we see that everything depends on the kind of character we exhibit, that is what we shall receive from the Father. I mean, this same thing can be seen between parents and their children. So if we cannot understand the meaning of parents and children, then we cannot understand who Heavenly Father is to us. So the world has been searching, to find the truth, to know the man that lives in the sun. How possible the sun went above the earth to live. So if you know what I know about the sun, you will never fall sick anymore. Because what is the problem of man? The adultery you commit every day, can you discuss it with your wife? So the problem is this: the conscience, you see, that is the eyes, is the judge of everything. You see, so the conscience is the house of judgment. So there's no how you can say that. I mean, you call yourself a sinner, but then what does sinners expect? I was once in that game. I was once a dirty sinner, and I know the result of being a sinner. Just like you are an armed robber, you know that one day they will shoot you, because we were told, everybody was told not to rob the money of democracy. So when you rob the money of democracy, what do you expect? You will be shut down. The law is the law. So when Heavenly Father said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery," you thought he was joking. He is not joking. So the punishment we will receive from not, listening to it, because I know that so many men now will say, is it adultery? No. You see, I cannot tell you to do what will kill you. I know that when I was in that game, I know what I suffered. I'm only telling you, my brothers here on earth today, that the only way, to witness the end of sickness here on earth is that if you're not ready to practice the 10 commandments, you cannot see the face of eternal happiness. He that owns it, and he that owns it lives just there in the sun. You don't know where Heavenly Father lives. How can you all live a healthy life? If you know that there is a man that is, hiding somewhere with gun to shoot you, will you want to go to his face to shoot you? So armed robbers are like a set of people that decided to ignore the law and went ahead to steal. So when you ignore the law that adultery has no meaning, you will be shot the way the armed robbers. So there is punishment to every crime we commit.